What up, everybody? It's your favorite crew. You got Jada,
Liz,
Kai,
and I'm Camille.
And we are calling all Boss Babaes and Creative Kabayan.
the Tita Salita tribe is here together today to talk about what it means to be Tita.
Life gets hectic, and we're going to talk about how hectic, and we need a break.
So rip off that wax strip and get settled. We're about to begin.
Yes.
Okay, guys, it's still January.
Can we talk about how hectic the day has already been?
The day is hectic. Also, today's not even our usual recording day, so that already gives you a sign to how crazy or hectic this week has been.
Yeah, we've been completely thrown off.
Not sure if anyone... I'm like, we can't be the only ones. Like, I feel like there's probably a lot of people who are feeling this January...
Yeah.
Lull.
Lull? I think it's like lively.
Not even lull. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say it's
quite
more lively.
It's like, it's electric, actually. Like, it's electrifying, yeah.
Okay.
I just heard the song, It's Electric. Yeah. You know? And you said that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, but yeah. Even today, I was like, am I gonna make it to recording today? Like, this today has been, and it's still gonna go. Once we're done recording, I feel like all of us are gonna just
We
go
all
our
gotta jet
separate
out of
ways
here.
and keep on pushing.
Yeah, we got a tight minute-to-minute schedule today.
Yeah, man.
Literally minutes.
We live whole lives after we film, and then it's like,
This was also the first time that we were like, okay, guys, 1:30, we have to start today.
yeah.
Usually we like dull for like half an hour.
Yeah.
And James is like, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
You guys are in a rush, not
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Exactly.
But yes.
What are we up to?
What are we talking about? What is
Today,
going on?
we are gonna talk about
what is new.
dun 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 finances.
Ooh.
There you go. I couldn't hit the high note. I'm glad you took it. Thank you.
I was like, I'm not even attempting that.
Oh man, but yeah, no, it's gonna be a good topic. I think it's a good topic because it's taboo. People usually don't like talking about their finances, so interested to see how we're gonna take it today.
Especially in January, right? Like New Year.
This is
Everyone's
true.
on this New Year, New Me, right?
And then
Yeah.
coming out of the holidays
Yep.
and coming in with your new settings and goals,
Yeah, for sure.
intentions.
Spreadsheets.
Love me a good spreadsheet.
I do.
Balcony doors.
Yes.
Fun fact, guys, I don't do spreadsheets. I write on my balcony doors and my mirrors.
Big window on her mirrors. All her
I'm a
notes are
visual.
there.
I need to see it in my face when I wake up.
It's like, Anna, are you available for this date? She's like, wait, I'll be home in like 20 minutes.
I gotta check my window. Give me a second. But like my actual window, not my time window. But yeah.
I find that like that's like something that's like with, I don't know if this next generation wants to, but I feel like, at least for me, let me speak for myself. I do appreciate still like writing things out,
1000%.
like
1000.
love journaling, but also like sometimes when I'm trying to make a plan, it's just like, I'm like, I'll close my laptop and I'm like, sometimes I just need a piece of paper
I need to
or something to write it out. I don't know if that's true with this younger generation, but I think that's definitely
I feel like there's
thing.
a certain level of gratification when you highlight something you've completed.
Yeah.
And also there's like serotonin with starting a new journal.
But is that like because of habit though? Like we grew up in like an interesting transition from like pagers all the way to AI. Like,
Isn't it like we're the last generation that like we remember a time without technology,
Yes.
and then now we're in this technology
Era of
age.
technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember when phone numbers we didn't have to dial the area code,
Oh yeah.
right?
I thought my phone was broken. Like I remember, like when it first got, because
That's
they didn't. Well, I
right.
mean, I was a kid or we were teenagers or whatever, but like they didn't tell us. So then it was like, I remember just not understanding why my calls weren't going through. Then someone was like, "You have to put the area code."
That's
and then
Yeah, that
even
was
the
weird. I do
one-
remember that.
That's so crazy that we lived and transitioned through
All of
that
that.
period.
And you
Right.
would have to actually
Totally.
look into a phone book to get a number
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
right.
Like you couldn't Google it.
Holy.
And you had to write your phone numbers down in a like an
In a
address
phone
phone book.
Yes.
an address book.
And then when they became digital, that was a big thing, and they would have those like
You
little
could
like clear
remember-
ones.
Yeah.
you could
Oh my
remember
God.
all your numbers before.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
love the era of like writing people letters though.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I
good.
loved
I
that.
feel like that is an art and a science that this
I think-
generation needs to adopt because they're trying to go back to where we are.
Well, they
They
don't
are,
even
yeah.
they don't even learn cursive in some schools, right? Like
That's
the
true,
curriculum
yeah.
eliminates it. So it's just like I don't even know if they if all of them crave that sentiment.
In
like we
kindergarten,
do.
they're already learning how to type. Like in kindergarten now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was
I went-
nothing like getting a pass note in elementary
Oh,
school.
I still have some. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
I totally still have mine. I have like my sentimental box of like
Yeah,
notes
me
and
too.
cards and
Me too.
mementos.
Me too.
Or like when we wrote in each other's like agendas,
Yes.
and then you got it back, and there was like a special note.
Okay,
Yeah.
ready for the throwback? Do you guys still remember how to origami fold?
Yeah.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Pass me the transfer.
Right? Let's go. I have
Like-
the crane paper at home. We
Yes.
should.
I will make
should
you
have
a
brought it.
t-shirt,
And the
okay?
stars.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
the stars with the long
Yeah.
strips.
So
I have
good.
those.
Okay.
So good.
Do you guys remember those glass roses you used to get at Scarborough Town?
Yes.
never got
From
Glass?
the kiosk.
Wait, glass rose?
Right?
It was like the
plastic.
thing. Yeah.
Plastic. Yeah, plastic.
Oh,
were
that's
like-
funny.
I
It
know,
was like
Bob.
the jam.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
Milky pens.
Oh yeah, milky gel
Ooh,
pen.
gel
Like-
pen.
I write
Yes.
in them with my journal because like I just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
my
too
gosh.
smudgy for me, but I do like them. But anyway.
We gotta do a
To circle
throwback.
back.
Yeah, we're gonna do a throwback later.
That's a good one. We
That's
should
a good
totally
episode.
do a throwback one. And then it's like we could do like throwback like kids, throwback teens, throwback
Through
early
the
adults.
years,
Yeah. Through the years. We have
And
a
then
whole
we're gonna
we have a
throw it
whole
back
year,
to
guys.
finances when we come right back.
Speaking, since we're kind of, throwing it back and reminiscing about back in the day, did you guys know that they redid the Mean Girls? Like, it's out now.
You
It's
actually
officially-
told me months ago, and
I was super excited.
I
Were
was
you really?
They had teasers for it, and I
She sent me
love
the
that movie.
teaser. And then I was
yes.
super upset that she sent it because I was like, "Oh, when is it?" She's like, "Next year." I was like,
Next year.
I have to.
I thought
watch
it
that.
released like now.
No, it is
she
out
sent
now.
it-
but
She
just
sent
sent
it to
a
me
year
2 months
yeah.
ago.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay,
Heard
okay.
that.
And I was like, "Why would you send this to me now?"
Yeah.
But I like it. I mean, I'm intrigued by the characters, how they've adapted.
Camille's
I'm
not
also
about
a fan of musicals.
Oh, so it's a musical twist.
So I don't know if it's from like off the, because didn't they do a Broadway Mean Girls or something like
Probably.
that?
Probably.
Camille cannot
Something's
wait to
telling
chirp
me
in right
that
now.
it's crazy to me. I can't believe. So, anyways, my POV is I'm excited for this Mean Girls movie. I have a calendar placeholder. I'm gonna go next
Oh, you're
Tuesday
so
when it's
cute,
on.
Jada.
Goodness gracious. Wow.
But I am pretty excited. But Camille, I would love to hear your thoughts.
I'm not excited. And honestly, it's not because I don't like Mean Girls. It's the opposite. I love Mean Girls. Like, that movie was iconic. I remember Rainbow
Truly.
Cinema, Fairview Mall. People were sneaking into that movie, sitting on the floor, like, watching that movie. Like, that was a movie. Like, that was there's nothing else like it. It's
That's
kind
a
of like
movie-
Bring It On.
Yes.
My favorite movie of
Oh
all
yeah,
time.
I like.
I feel like it's one of those movies too, or it's like a movie that I'm like,
You look
I
like
can
you're going to
quote.
break into choreography.
So I know the moves.
I know you do.
Duh.
Run the clip.
But are you not into like remake? Is that why?
Yeah, I'm terrified that they're going to ruin
Can
it.
you
A lot
name
of
a
people-
remake that ruined
But,
remakes
okay,
for you?
all of the Bring It Ons after.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
Those,
the
those
same.
ones, they all
Yeah.
did suck.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Every
original
single
for
one.
that one
They
is
did
the
not
best.
bring
But
it.
you know what sold me? It's the fact that Tina Fey is in it and had it.
Oh.
That so that is what like.
Okay.
Because if,
She's part
if
of
she
it.
wasn't part of it,
Then it
I
would
think
be
I would
a nightmare.
100% be more hesitant.
Yeah.
Fair.
But that sold me. But we'll see. I'm also trying to keep expectations low because I also don't
You
want to go
see,
though,
I'm
to,
gonna
like,
throw up.
be
If it's
upset.
that, I'm gonna throw
Oh,
up. I'm gonna be so
no.
upset.
I'm trying to think of another bad remake.
Some of the
what's a bad-
Halloweens, some of the Jasons,
I don't do scary movies. Thanks.
some of the Freddys. I used to do a lot of scary movies.
I do not. Thriller at most.
Former
Zombie
gore
movies
horror.
are zombies. My
Yeah, some of them
expectation.
are okay though. Most of them actually.
That stuff's crazy to me. I'm like,
pretty
ugh.
gross. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the gross.
I don't watch it anymore.
yuck.
Former gore horror.
How do you guys feel about those live actions that they're doing now, where like they're turning cartoons into things? Are you guys into that stuff?
I was excited at first.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Like
No,
Aladdin.
Yeah,
Little
they're
Mermaid.
making everything live action, like every
Oh,
single
like
cartoon that ever
Mulan.
made. Yes, yeah. Are you into that stuff? Are
I'm
you-
into it.
Yeah.
Well, I
I-
loved Little Mermaid. I liked Mulan.
Did you watch that? The live
The live
action versions?
actions.
Yeah.
You
Oh, you did?
liked them.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like I went.
No, that's good. That's good. The Aladdin one. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, I don't know about the
I
Aladdin
didn't-
one.
I didn't like the Aladdin
I didn't
one.
watch the Aladdin.
I'm
one.
not
I
sure.
didn't like it.
I
I don't
didn't
like
watch
when
the
they
Aladdin
add songs because I'm sitting there
Yeah.
trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
get into
you know?
yes,
and like
I'm definitely-
they're gonna sing Under the Sea now.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna do this, but like when you start adding things in, I'm like, this is not. You can't say it's a
I'm
live
not a
action version
fan.
and then change it.
Yeah.
I understand. I
not
don't
a-
like when they do it to animes, but I understand.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Like, I'm not a fan of all the new stuff. That's the thing. It's like, I like the idea and the concept. I watch it because I'm such a fan of the OG one that I'm like, oh, it'd be like a cool way to see a story that I love in a new way, but it's not something that, like, after I watch it, then I'm like, oh my God, it's one of my faves. I'd watch it again. And I just kind of check in and check out. And also, out of all those live actions, in my opinion, the Beauty and the Beast one was the that and Jungle Book. In my opinion, were the best ones. All the other ones were like whatevs.
So my fear with like, okay, the lens, no offense, Disney, I feel like some of it is a little bit of a redemption for them to like kind of remake from a modern perspective to make up for like the potentially harmful ways that they were portraying people back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like a black Little Mermaid. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's very... That's just my take.
No, for sure.
My 2 cents.
I mean, when I was a kid, I was really excited at the idea that like these cartoons could be real. Like when I was a kid, I'm like, what would this look like if they were a real person?
This is true.
But and now they're doing it.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's a hit or miss.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm not into it all the time. Like the Aladdin flop for me.
Yeah.
But I liked the Cinderella.
I never watched that.
I never watched
liked
it.
the Little Mermaid.
I liked the Little Mermaid too.
Little Mermaid.
I did like it.
Yeah, if you guys said anything about that one, I would have had to walk off.
That one I would say is like pretty close to the OG.
And they added a new song.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
That was
that's
a good
rare
ad.
too.
And we like Eric.
The only
We like Eric.
okay, interjecting,
Eric.
intercepting.
Yes.
Eric, I wanted him to be hotter. I wanted.
You want him to be like?
Is it weird that I almost feel like the cartoon Eric was hotter than the real?
No,
one?
I get it. Listen, I get it. We all had our first crushes and they weren't humans. That's for sure, right?
I wanted to see Eric and be like, yes, like hot. But I was like,
get hot?
yeah, he gave me like.
I got
He's
wholesome.
cute.
Yeah, wholesome.
Very
I got
wholesome.
Yeah, I got
very
wholesome.
wholesome. But I'm like,
Like boy next door charm.
But I thought that's what he should have been.
But
I
I
don't
need him-
think
I
Eric
wanted-
should have been hot.
I wanted not hot, but
you
like
wanted
you know,
to
like,
see like the Eric with the
like a
with
little
the chest.
I needed him to be
and
like.
She wore a little
hair.
chesty chest.
Because he had like the black hair and the blue eyes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
blue eyes.
Yeah, he had,
like,
you know, nice upper.
Yeah, like that. And
Eric did not have blue eyes.
He did. In the show, or sorry, in the
In the
original.
cartoon?
Like he had such a
I don't
Dark
remember.
hair and blue eyes.
black hair and blue eyes.
Eric should read Bogey, and I did not get that.
Oh,
message.
you
I'm
didn't
just
get the
going to
poggy.
Google. Give me one.
Please. No, I hope I'm
check.
wrong, but that's how I'm seeing him in my mind.
She's like, that's how I envision him.
Right? In my heart. He's
So funny.
Random question: have you guys seen that clip of the girl? Like she's like a mermaid, and she like goes into the water, but then you can tell like, I don't know if she lied on her resume. But then she started struggling.
Oh my
and
God,
she had to,
yes.
And like in the water,
Almost
she
drowned.
had to like
Yes.
take the tail
oh my
off.
God,
to
that's
get,
traumatizing.
just super scary. I shouldn't
Yeah.
be laughing, but it was also kind of
gosh.
comical.
That's
to
like
watch.
that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah,
As someone
no.
who cannot swim, like that.
I am not a
That's a
strong
nightmare.
swimmer.
Camille's right. Eric had blue eyes.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
Like he was a charmer.
Yeah, but this Eric didn't have facial hair. That's why the new Eric is like,
A little more.
Yeah.
I'm a facial hair girly, so
I'm done.
not on myself.
Hilarious.
I just have to clarify.
Okay, it's awkward. Somebody change the topic.
Edit.
I know, right?
Edit.
Cut it out. Cut it out. I just want to say one thing about the genie.
I just got back.
I'm dying.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm dying because
It's
Liz
fine.
is dying.
Right? Her headset fell off. That's pretty jokes. Like she's like, I need to. She can't.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
I know.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Liz.
I'm just like.
Edit.
I cannot.
You know when someone's laughter is just so infectious?
I love her laugh.
This is one of those.
I'm
people.
crying.
Oh my gosh.
We really don't need to include that, but anyway.
No,
Okay.
I think you should.
kinda
I think that's
do.
how we
Yeah.
are.
That was real. That was
That
real.
was super. Why is everyone crying?
I don't know. Right?
Because we're all just trying to
I was
survive.
trying to hold it
Look
in,
at
right?
your effect. Look at your impact.
It was a round robin of laughter.
Yeah.
A cacophony.
The giggles.
Yeah.
The giggles. Okay.
All right.
All right,
Back
we're
on
getting
track.
serious. We do have to cover some serious things.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is a topic
Serious
that people don't
and
like to talk
scary.
about.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Money. Yeah.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I was scared to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
I think for the most part, some people are just a little bit more private also.
Yeah,
Oh, for
naturally,
sure.
I think
naturally.
fear is
yeah.
just also from the level of privacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
And like energy, but we can talk about that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And some people just genuinely
Camille has all her
super
gems
love.
just ready.
Some people genuinely love finances.
I do. I do. I really do.
Right?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
a couple people that really do. Like
From-
they
from
really
deep
do.
in
Like
it.
I really love the paint aisle. Like they love it like that.
Yes,
From when we knew this was a topic, me and Kai were like, all right, so Liz, Cam, yeah? Yeah?
We,
You gonna
we're
lead
gonna
the
ask
way?
the questions this time. No more funny stories on this end.
But yeah, no, but it's good. I think, again, create space to talk about something that we don't talk about. And it should be
100%.
something that we are all comfortable to speak with.
Yeah.
It's how we share resources, information, how you can learn.
Growth is everything with finances too.
Yeah.
Investing. Camille, get excited. Ooh.
She's getting jazzed.
She's getting giggle.
so,
She gets giggle.
she's
over
doing the little
finances.
giggle bop right
I
now.
mean, I didn't always like talking about it. I didn't always like, understanding it. I didn't until I had to, because now I was managing not
Right.
just my own, but other people's. So,
Exactly.
and then it became like, yeah, I love it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also
So.
giggle. Giggle to the left, giggle to the right.
Yeah.
So, talking finances, let's start off light. What do we love or hate to spend money on?
Love. I think we can all agree.
Food.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
True.
That's
Food,
Take
yeah.
my money.
right.
I feel like there's never a second
I
thought.
love retail therapy too.
Retail
though.
therapy,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
guilty of that. A new
Art
tops,
supply
a new
therapy.
bottoms.
I don't do retail as much.
I like buying stuff that's like little gadgets that would make my life easier, even though they're
Agreed.
so random.
like,
Like,
for
yeah.
example,
like okay. Like for example, when you wash the dishes, like the soap dispenser, there's a thing where you just pump it.
Oh yes,
And
I've
then
seen that.
it gives the sponge
soap.
soap.
Yeah.
Instead of pouring it or pumping it, you're like,
Yes.
poop, poop.
Yeah.
Like I bought that, and
Yeah.
it's so good. And it
so
broke.
you're
And I
like
got
the
another one.
as seen on TV girl.
I am. It's so bad.
Yes.
Like,
That's amazing.
Like, and I'm not even hard to convince. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
This is logical.
That's why I
You're
have
like,
to.
I do have that problem.
I'm a customer. Like I'm that person where the kiosk, they'll be like, "Can I talk to you?" Okay, fine. And then
Oh my
so I have to keep walking. Like, no,
Yeah.
you're gonna spend money.
That's hilarious.
Avoid all eye contact.
I am looking at every other store before I look at your
Kiosk.
booth.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess love is easy. What do we hate spending money on?
I don't really have like an answer for that.
Here's the thing. It's like, okay, things like your
Bills.
bills.
Okay.
Responsibility.
Okay,
Like,
I guess
it's
so.
responsibility. It's like, it's not that like, obviously I want to because you have to.
Yeah.
And it provides things that we need.
Yeah.
But like, if I had the choice,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
You know?
she
You're
thought
right.
of something. She
Like,
thought of something.
When you look at things like the hydro bill,
Yes.
Yeah.
so like
like
utility, because it's not like an exact science. So if I can't see the formula as to how you got that number, I'm upset.
Yeah.
Like if you're charging me what you're charging me, that's fine. But can you tell me exactly how you
give me a
calculated that?
breakdown.
Exactly.
Yes.
How many liters of water were consumed
Right.
for you to, you know what I'm saying?
How
Like,
did you configure it?
That's what I mean. Whereas on my phone bill, for example, it's like, yeah,
You
that
know.
makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, I did use
You
that.
know why.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know why.
Oh, I was out of town. Oh, I did hotspot that day.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like with the utilities, it's like, here you go.
Yeah, and there's like little things like travel and admin and
Time
all
of
these,
day, all this
Yes.
thing, like
For sure.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
So
really
you
annoying.
want clarity when you're
All
paying
day.
for
Crystal
something.
clarity.
Yeah,
crystal
crystal,
clarity
yeah.
about where my money's going.
Yeah.
Facts. First job.
This is,
Sorting invoices for my Lolo
Oh,
in the dining room.
family business. I love that. That's
I
cute.
know. That's GP. Shout out GP.
Oh, yes.
first job.
OG,
That's a good one.
GP.
First job.
First job was under the table paid gig by a tito, but it was working at a bingo hall. I was selling the cards.
You're so cool.
I
That's
know.
So cool.
That's a cool first
Is
job.
that cool?
That is
I feel
so
like
cool.
it's so random.
No, that's cool.
That's cool.
You would have
So
a cool
random.
You know what
first
I'm
job.
saying?
I know,
Like,
right?
That's
I'm so
cool.
surprised.
That's
Guys,
cool.
Jada's the coolest.
She's
Yeah.
pretty freaking
Liz,
cool.
what
Yeah.
was your first job?
Thanks,
McDonald's.
No way.
At Markham and Ellesmere.
No way.
Oh my God, I
so
that's
close
like my
to my
most
house.
frequented McDonald's.
I went there. I
Hilarious.
did cash, and then I went drive-through for 6 months, and that was fun.
Did you hook up the sweet and sour sauce?
No.
Oh.
You could back in the day. Not
could.
today.
Could.
Today
You're
they
right,
charge you.
actually.
I worked at cashier at Shoppers.
Oh.
Yes.
That's pretty
yes.
legit.
Yeah, that is legit.
I was 15.
Oh.
Port Union. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Okay, what did you buy
Okay,
with your
East
first
End.
paycheck?
That's a
Oh,
good
what
one.
did I buy with my?
What was that thing you were like,
gosh.
oh, I have my own money, I'm going to buy this?
Probably minutes for my phones. I'm not
Yeah. Yeah.
The Telus flip.
Probably my
Don't call
pager.
me. Don't call me till after 6.
Yeah.
Yo, do
That
you also
was a
remember when you
time.
would
Yeah,
like
man.
voice messages because it was like minutes? So even if you called someone and you were leaving a message, it's like, "Hey, I'm standing by the payphone by Markham and You'd have to get your message under a minute because
Yes.
you were being charged by the minute.
And there was a trick on the payphones where you could like 1-800 the number,
Yes.
leave a message, and then hang up, and never have to pay a quarter.
I mean, I think Anna and I did that to each other.
Yeah, we did. We
so
did. We
funny.
did.
Speaking of first jobs though, too, you know what's crazy? I remember it was like 2 weeks full time, but it was like it came to like $600, $500, which is so crazy.
What?
When you think about it.
Yes. What was that?
No, that was actually that was my second job. The Harveys at the zoo though.
Oh.
Of course.
Really cool.
In the Africa
Again,
part of
cool.
zoo.
Oh, wow.
So then I would see the tigers, the hippos, gorillas, like walking
Amazing.
towards.
So cool,
Why am I not
right?
surprised?
So cool.
Dope.
It's probably where she got some style.
Right?
Random
Like, look at
story.
those prints.
Random
Yes.
story. I'm just piggybacking off on it. Also, my squirrel brain
Always.
is just activated. But you know how at the zoo how they have like peacocks walking around?
Yes.
One time we were cleaning and this kid like ran into the back of the Harveys and was like, "Someone call security! There's a peacock on the
Oh my god.
we're like, it's fine, kid. They walk around." Oh, man.
Amazing.
But yeah, oh man, I can't remember the first thing I spent on my paycheck.
I do.
What did you get?
Besides minutes for my phone, I
Gear.
bought an Averex velour tracksuit.
Stop it right now.
No, sorry, not Averex. Academics.
Academics.
It was navy blue mustard with a hint of maroon. I will
Nice.
never forget it.
Nice.
Blue must.
And I bought it in an
Velour.
extra large.
I feel like we have a photo booth picture together in that.
Oh
I'm
my
dead.
god.
I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure we
I
did.
rocked the hell out of that.
That's
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
think so.
We need
For
this
what I
photo,
paid for
right?
it, what?
We need this
I will bring
photo.
it. I will bring
Please.
it.
We need that.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I love that.
Amazing. I don't know what I think I know I remember other than minutes for my phone. This was more like a later on job in my teens. I bought like these fluorescent pink Jessica Simpson flats and a black leather jacket from Daniel.
Yes.
She
Always-
fancy. She just got paid.
Camille's been Lux.
I mean, Daniel
She's
was
been
like,
Lux.
My girls had the same jackets, so we wanted to match. you know?
Yes.
So
That is cute.
You had to match.
That is
You had to
adorbs.
match. Well, we're talking about like, I guess, fun financial decisions. Let's talk about the best financial decisions we've
my house.
made. Hey.
Automatic. There we go.
All the real estate I have really is all good investments.
How do you recommend someone to get into that? Into investing?
That's a good in real estate.
That is a
specifically?
camp question.
Yeah, that is a camp question.
Take it away.
That's a great question. First things first, you have to know your numbers, right? So none of this like, oh, I'm not sure what my savings are. I don't have automatic savings. You have to know, because the reality is if you don't know where you're at, it's impossible to search for an option, right? We can't be looking at $1 million homes when you have $20,000 saved. It's just not how it works,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So that's the first thing. Is just get clarity around where you are, so you know where you can go, right? The second thing is talk to a professional like me.
Yes. I know.
Everybody hear that? Work
Taking
with Camille.
notes. Taking all the notes right now.
So we can discuss. Like I just posted that blog the other day. I know Liz got a chance to read. She called me
Yes,
right
you
away.
did.
Or
Right
she messaged
away.
me right
You did,
away.
you did.
Right?
monkeys.
Right. So look into stuff like that. It's my job to look at different options for people. I'm really passionate about this sort of thing. So when you speak to somebody like myself, they'll be able to share the different things that you qualify for based on the finances that you've
Fair.
clarified.
Yeah.
So when someone comes to you asking for assistance, is it outside of them providing what they currently have financially? What else could they expect to share with you? What kind of information would you need?
A lot of personal stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what are your hopes and dreams? Literally.
Right.
Like, what are your hopes
So a
and
little
dreams?
bit of goal setting.
Yeah. What drives you? Where do you see yourself in a few years? Because, like, it might not be that we're buying that $1 million house now, but we can invest your way to get there.
Right.
Right? There's
There you
different
go.
ways to do things. There's different ways to acquire things. And a lot of people don't realize that. Right? Like with the bunkie thing, I was talking about investing in land. And, you know, if you have 20K, you could probably buy a small piece of land somewhere up north and then, you know, build your bunkie. You can finance a bunkie. It'll cost you less than your car, guaranteed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can rent that out as a 3-season cottage if you want.
I'm sorry, when you say bunkie, are we talking about bunkers? Like, or what do you?
No,
or
no,
is
no.
that
So it's like a little.
I'm sorry if that's
It's okay. No,
it's a
no.
stupid
Great question.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's like, think like log cabin,
Gotcha.
but like smaller.
Okay.
It
smaller.
just has the essentials. So it's meant to be like an extra building outside of a cottage. If you don't, let's say you have a 3-bedroom cottage, but there's like 8 people in your family.
Yeah.
Right.
got
So
you.
it's just
Okay.
meant to be like an extra bedroom, but you instead of building onto your cottage, you would just have a bunkie outside.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's like a little house. Literally
That's
a little
my,
house. Yeah.
what I learned today.
Yeah.
Yay.
Learn one new thing every
Wait,
day.
I have lots of questions, Camille. Sorry. One
Do
more.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
great
of
questions.
course.
Because I know a lot of people are a little bit fearful of talking out loud about their finances or their financial situations, etc. So what would you recommend to people who might not necessarily feel comfortable coming to advice for financial advice or
Great
even
question.
talking about their finances? Like, how do you navigate that?
That's such a good question. I think the first thing is you have to be honest with yourself. If you don't want to talk out loud about it, that's fine. You just have to be honest with yourself about where you are. Look at your bank statement. Look at your credit card statement. Right? What is that minimum payment? Even like things like that people don't know. Just get honest about those little things and start to have those little conversations with yourself about that first before you bring it to anyone else, just to kind of gain that comfortability.
Absolutely.
Right.
For sure.
Yep, I co-sign that.
Right?
That's one of the most important things to taking the step to fix, you know, your financials if you have a financial goal in mind.
Right.
If it's something like, I want to buy a car in so-and-so years, yes, you have to take that first step to like be like, let me sit down, look at my finances, where am I at? You know, what am I making? What do I have in here? What do I have there? What's my debt? What's my credit? You got to look at the whole picture with yourself first.
Yeah.
And then if at the end of that personal process, you say, I still want that car, then you got to take the next step to talk to somebody. For me, I think I want to talk to someone that doesn't know me, so it's easier
Yeah.
that way, because then
I
they
would
can't judge me.
I feel
100%.
Everything is literally objective. It's
Black
like
and white.
that, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then they could give you advice, like objective advice, like maybe, you know, I guess that's why there's bank advisors or whatever like
For
that,
sure.
or a professional, you know,
sure.
in whatever direction you're trying to go.
Right.
And then once you get all that information, then you can make the best decision for yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Because
totally.
and I love that you said that, because that's really what it is. We're like, professionals are not there to make the decision for you. They're just there to give you the information and the
Right.
clarity that you need to make a decision, period. That's up to you
100%.
what you want to do, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, Titas,
Yes.
where we left off, we were kind of just speaking about how if you do want to get serious about your finance goals or create or any goals, that you need to be honest with yourself and start looking at your numbers and finances. But can we take a moment to also kind of speak about learnt behaviors and fears when it comes to finance? Because that was something within recent years for me that it was like a turning point for me in regards to how I looked at money and how I wanted to save and whatnot.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
It's a good lesson. Like that's
No, tell us more. Tell us more.
yeah, just, knowing that, a lot of our parents, they came here and there are times where they were in survival mode. So maybe their thoughts or how they treated money can be passed down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a real.
And that was something I had to deal with. And I don't know. I'm struggling to finish the thought.
Especially our parents who came from the Philippines in hopes to give their families a better life,
Yeah.
right? And then I think it's even still a current, even right now.
100%.
You know,
Always. It will always.
I think so.
For most immigrant families, period, coming into Canada.
Absolutely, right? And you're right. Like your thoughts are that survival mode. Like, I have family, I have children. I need to just work the job, do the job. Like when you're so in the grind, sometimes it's so hard to see what what the future goal, what a greater goal could be when you're really in the grind of just really trying to, like you said, survival mode, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say, if I'm personally speaking, I think for my parents, I always seen them work so hard, like exceptionally so hard to provide for us. But then also, like, there was always food in the fridge. There's always meals on the table. We always
100%.
sat and ate as a family.
Yeah.
So, like, growing up, I never really knew if it was in survivor mode, because they created such an environment where it was just like, they just tried to make the best of everything that we had.
100%.
Right? And then on top of that, I guess also in Filipino culture, it was just about, food is one of our main love languages.
Yes.
It's,
True.
It's
Yeah.
like, no matter what you do or don't have, we're going to sit, we're going to eat, we're going to break bread, and we're going to do it as a family. And I think that is in Canada to back home.
Yeah. Or even providing, like, even extension, like past food, like making sure that you have a roof over
Right.
your
Oh
head.
my
You got
gosh,
you have clothes.
Hand-me-downs or not,
Everything,
goodwill
you know,
or not.
Generational
Yeah.
homes, like
Yes.
you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, the home always seems to expand and contract as it
Yeah.
needs to, I feel, right?
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. They may not know how to always talk to us
I
or get
know.
through to us,
Yeah.
but like that's how they showed their love, right? Through
Yeah.
making sure that we were good, creating these stable environments, and all we had to do was go to school.
Yes.
right? I know.
Go to school, save your money,
Yeah.
build your credit,
Yeah.
listen to your parents. And I think the one thing was like, if you can't build a relationship with your parents, how you are gonna build a relationship outside? And that was like the number one thing. They're like, oh, you have all these friends, but can you build a relationship with your family?
Right.
I was like, oh,
And you actually don't appreciate that until you're much older.
much older. I think I just got that like
Right?
a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then you appreciate what they did to help you get to where you are now, to be able to do, you know, or really actually, like learn from what they did to help you, right? Or,
100%.
Do any other titas out there, like, do your parents still do the like, one day I'll win the lotto? Like, do they ever?
no, my parents, but I have aunts and uncles that,
Yeah.
they
Aunts
go,
and
you just win the
uncles,
lotto.
yeah.
Heard of
Right?
uncles for sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Aunts and uncles
Yeah.
for sure.
And I think for me, like, I know we were talking about this a bit during the break. It's just like, I hate hearing it only because I'm just like, can you imagine, like, being in a place like Canada, you can create your own lotto. Like, you can become a
Facts.
millionaire
Exactly.
through
Yeah.
other means,
Yeah.
right? Like, if you put that money that you're spending on lotto in something else, whether it's like, you know, your own savings or joint savings or whatever, you could have like that extra income property or that extra, you know, investment that could bring you a return, pay you dividends.
And tell us how. I was like, tell us how to make
Right.
millions, please.
I know. Well, the first thing, obviously, like most millionaires are made through real estate. That's just the reality. Like,
That's
I hate
just
to
the
keep bringing
game.
it back to
Yeah.
it, but that's, you know what I mean? That's the name of the game. It's the favorite asset class of the wealthy worldwide.
Do you think real estate is a language in itself?
Yeah.
Like, you need to speak it or get educated to speak it? Like, could you come in as a non-real estate person and be like, oh, I want to bank, I want to make some bread, I'm going to walk into this world and do it? Or do you need to really educate yourself?
You need to really educate yourself, because I think a lot of people are like so caught up in like numbers, but they don't understand what numbers mean, because
right.
numbers don't mean the same thing in each area. Right. When I say area, I'm talking about region, and I'm talking also about like a KPI statement. Like,
Right.
they're never the same. So I feel like either you're going to educate yourself or you're going to take the shortcut, which is a smart thing to do, and work with a professional of some sort. Right. Whether, you know, it's a real estate agent. Or something, right? Like, or with another investor or something like that to get that knowledge. But
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think one of the ways to build wealth is to invest in real estate 100%, and also invest in business.
100%.
You know, but I obviously understand that, you know, some people are not into entrepreneurship and stuff like that. But I mean, like Cam said earlier, there's resources, avenues, and ways in which you can build wealth. You know, it doesn't have to be in it doesn't have to be in business, but, you know, just getting the information from a professional to understand what are my options, right? And how do I get there?
That's such a good point, because when I had my consulting business, a lot of people used to ask me just on the fly when they found out what I did. They're like, "Oh, so what business should I start?" I don't know you. I don't know. Right? Like, and also, like, not to your point, like, not everyone is cut out for entrepreneurship. But I will say, since you asked, Anna, like, how to become a millionaire or just what is an option to generate more cash, is like, if someone is interested in starting a business but may not feel like they're creative enough or whatever, but they have capital, look into a franchise.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they have models and systems in place already. You just have to have the capital to back it up.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Or partner with someone who has the talent, because it's not all the time that the creative person, the talent, the crafter, is the person that necessarily understands the business. But if you can find the right partner, that could be a lucrative
Shout out,
situation.
TJ.
Yeah. Honestly, if there's one thing I've been learning in business is that business is not successful because of a single product or a single thing. It's a combination of people's efforts and hard work and talent and knowledge. It's where someone might not be knowledgeable in something, somebody else can complement that. It's finding the person that can complement you, or hiring someone who knows how to do a business developer to help you to get to where you want to be.
100%.
But it's not gonna work if you are by yourself. It might just take you longer.
A lot
and
longer.
you definitely won't scale.
Yeah, it's going to be
No,
very hard to
no.
scale. And also knowing when it's time to tap into somebody else. At first, it's like, of course, you think you can do everything. Like for me, personally, I feel like I'm half a visionary, half of a what
Integrator.
Camille says,
Integrator.
integrator. I can figure out how to do both, but it's too much. So I need to learn how to tap into somebody else's skill set in order for me to grow, in order for me to expand.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I'm speaking from the opposite end, and I completely agree because everything you just said, 100%. I don't think I would have reached certain platforms that I would have without someone on the opposite end speaking from an opposite mind frame and tapping into all the things that not necessarily I didn't care about, but the things that I wouldn't pay attention to.
Right.
Because I'm just busy being the creative.
Absolutely. And you should be. Creatives need to create.
Yes.
They
Right.
need to make the magic.
Yes.
Creators need to create.
Yes.
I like that.
And then the business people need to do business.
Yes.
The business.
Yes, 'cause
The
you do not want the
finance.
business person
You
getting
don't want it.
creative.
Yeah.
Honestly,
me.
that's
Yeah.
that recipe in itself is what separates there's plenty artists out here, and I think when you incorporate the business aspect of it, that's when
it's magic.
It's magic.
It's magic. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nobody can do it on their own.
No.
To your point, it's like it's important to know what you're bringing and what your value, what your skill set is,
100.
but then that's also a real talk with yourself to be like, hey, I'm creative, but maybe I do need a little help here. Or it's the other way around where I get the numbers, but I don't know how to post stuff on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that's the thing,
Yeah.
right? So just awareness of self, and then use your team or build a team.
Yeah.
Or utilize your network.
Teamwork
however.
makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shout out my team of 1. Shout out my team of 4.
Yes. And we are talking about my favorite topic, finances. Obviously not the easiest topic to talk about, but a real topic. Are you a saver? Are you a spender? I guess that's a real question to ask yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
That's where it starts.
Yeah. I'm both for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you got to spend money to make money. Like, it's one of
yeah.
those. But, we all have our reckless moments, not going to lie.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine,
I'm
right?
a saver now.
Yeah.
I'm a saver.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
No, me and Anna were like making eyes because I was like, instinctually, I am
I've had a
for
reckless
sure spender.
childhood. Yeah.
Yep.
I've
talk
had a
about
reckless
it.
childhood.
So recent.
So
Saver.
a saver because now we're kind of figuring out. Now we have something we want to reach.
Well, I
for.
think to
What's the shift?
double back on the last conversation, when you tap into the business aspect of things outside of like living on your own, that's
Yeah.
a given. But when you tap into that, a lot of things are not as simple as, oh, hey, let me pick up a canvas and some paint. Like there's a lot of things you have to invest in.
Right.
Because to become better, you have to get better things. You have to invest in other things. You have to invest in, let's say, business branding,
Yep.
logos,
Hardware,
education.
like laptop, camera.
Yeah, like
those are
there's
some
so many
investments
other
that I need.
things. So these are things that you now have to incorporate into your finances, and now it's it gets serious. You have to put it aside. Just like you said,
There you
okay,
go.
I have to put aside money for this.
Yes.
This costs this. I can't just be aimlessly spending that. And also, I don't go out like I used to too, so it's a lot easier.
Right. Okay. True.
2020 definitely helped. I think a lot of people.
Oh, for sure.
Or
To,
like
just
shifted things for
shut
sure.
right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, does money cause you stress or does it bring you happiness? And maybe both.
Both.
Both,
Yeah.
for sure.
And in what context do they bring you, those feelings?
I think living in a city like Toronto, obviously there's a lot of stress for a lot of reasons. You know, things are more expensive. We're in a city center, thriving city, like one of the top cities in the world, really.
Right.
It's expensive to live here, high interest rates, all that fun stuff. But I think, at least for me, and I know this is a very privileged thing to say, it's good stress. Because for me, I feel like I need that little bit of pressure to perform. Whereas like, I don't know, like I'm in my 30s. Like I'm not like retired, ready to like settle or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm still
No,
starting.
you are
so,
not.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I need that little bit. I need the access. I need all that fun stuff. So for me, yes, it's a bit stressful, but I think it's a good stress.
So a little bit of stress, but a little bit of happiness.
For sure,
Because
yeah.
the stress will bring out the happiness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Right.
That makes sense. It's totally a business style.
I know, right?
I was like happy stress.
like,
No,
get the hell out of here.
It really is. Yeah. Especially when you're passionate about something, you're about to endeavor in something.
Yes.
You know it's gonna cost you a lot of money. But you can see what you're trying to do. And and then when it's there, when you get it, like anything really, if you want that car, if you want that house, if you want that business, if you want whatever, you know it's gonna cost you a lot right now.
Yeah.
But it's, if you're honest with yourself, if you're honest with how you're spending your money, if you're honest with all those things, then getting there, it feels so good once you get there. Even though it feels like, oh my God, really? All these things.
I love that you said that, because one of the things I always like my mindset is like, money is not the goal. Money is the byproduct of what I get to do.
100.
Right. And when you focus on that, like, to me, it's like,
That
I've
shifts
turned
it.
down a lot of work. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we've had these conversations. Like, we don't say yes to every job.
Right.
Yeah.
We
No.
don't say yes to every client.
No.
Because
Yeah.
not everything is for us.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, privileged thing to say, we worked really hard to get to this point, but like, it's just one of those things where like, I'm at a place in my life where I don't have to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not everyone is serious. That's just what it is. Like, not
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
client really wants to invest. They want you to put in more work than they're willing to do for their business, right? Like, or for their house or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. So,
Yeah. I guess it's also being able to identify like what is worth what is worth my energy and time and finances, because
Yes.
if it's worth it, if it's your passion, if you know that that's really the end goal and that's what's going to give you joy and peace and everything like that, then it's all worth it. It's all worth
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already know what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the
Yes.
details, but I'm starting another business,
Not
right?
yet.
But we'll share details once
Later, later.
Oh, yeah.
It's
And then
coming.
we'll see y'all.
It's coming.
But I'm gonna be like real with you guys. Like when I first envisioned it, I'm like so excited. I'm still very excited about it, right? But it's like getting real as we're approaching like opening.
Yeah.
And last night I'm like, oh my God, it's really gonna be successful. No, a part of
Yes.
me, a part of
Yes.
me. And then even Anna was like reminding me, like, Liz, no, you got this. Like sometimes you need that because the journey to get to the end, oh my God, it's like, and the closer you get, you feel like you're even doubting yourself. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But you start feeling like really like cold feet.
new
Cold
levels,
feet.
new devils.
Yes.
Always. Like,
100%.
Honestly,
money, more problems.
I've come to learn that the nerves is something to embrace.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
Lean
for
into
sure.
it.
nerve
Fear.
sided, right? You hear that?
Yes,
Nerve sided.
yeah, I like
it's a
that.
good
You know
thing.
what it
nerves.
is because the nerves and the fear, they usually go hand in hand with something that's a lot bigger than you can even imagine. So that's why they even exist. It's not easy peasy. That's why you are nervous.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's why it's so exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That journey that you just said, like in terms of your journey to getting to that goal, I feel like that resonates. Just like anytime you just have a vision period. Like there's that, like, I have this great idea. Okay, I'm going to do it. Oh my God, this sucks. Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. But it's like you have to stay committed to that vision and that journey.
Stay committed.
But there will be the peaks and the valleys. Sorry.
Absolutely. The grind, stay committed to the grind, stay committed to the challenges, stay committed to when you feel like you're about to quit. Like, no, like you surround yourself by people who will remind you that, no, this is why you're on this path.
That's important.
And everything.
Yes.
That is
Ground
important.
yourself, because it's easy to be excited about the destination.
Yes.
But you
for
forget
About
along the
Lord.
way, because the journey is not shiny.
Not at all.
At all.
And to bring it back to finances, it costs money. It costs money.
costs
There's that
money.
too.
And the
Exactly.
journey, all you see is the money coming out of the bank account.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're like, oh my God, okay, I really hope, but that's why also it's important to achieve anything, to get to the end, to plan, right? When you plan to fail, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Amen.
Right? So that's the plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And you just got to get through that plan. I feel.
It's true. And it's important to stay passionate, right? Like
Yes.
to do what you're
I
passionate
felt
about.
your passion
That's
right
important
there.
for me.
Because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to get to the destination.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
why I made the comment about money, because a lot of people are like, I just want to get this money. That's not ever what it's about. Any successful business person, real estate investor, whatever the case may be, any financially successful person will tell you the exact same thing. It's never about the money.
It's never about the
It's never about the money.
Yeah.
There's always an
Facts.
underlying feeling, and you have to tap into that. If you've not yet tapped into that, and it's January, what is today?
25th.
January 25th,
Yeah.
and you have goals that you're trying to achieve this year, you need to get really clear about your why. That's the number
The
one
why.
thing. Get
Yeah.
really
Why.
clear about why you want to do these things. Because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's not because of the money.
Yeah.
That's not a reason why you want to do something.
Yeah, because the why, the passion, the purpose of trying to get to the money is going to get you to the money.
Yes.
But you got to focus
Regardless.
on the why. You got to
Exactly.
focus
It's
on the
the
why.
only thing
Why
that's
do
going to
you
get
do
you
what
through
you
those
do?
hardships.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
Right?
100%, yeah.
Because you will be tested.
Uh-huh.
That's for damn sure.
And you're going to want to quit. That's
Over
for
and
damn
over
sure.
and
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the days will become long.
Yes.
And the sleep will become less.
Yes.
And then you got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
And if you want it
Facts.
bad, you'll get up every single time. Every single time.
Regardless.
Facts.
Oh, I just got a shiver.
Right? I'm ready to bark. Yeah.
And we only,
Are we stopping the yard? Are we stopping the yard?
yeah. And I mean, we say this because we've been there or we're in there, and
Deep in it.
Yeah.
No, like for real. For
Yeah.
real. Like we don't
for
just
sure.
stop. Like it's hard to. It's one thing to start an endeavor. It's another thing to stop it, and know when it's the right time to stop.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking
true,
about.
true,
You know what I mean?
true.
We've all been there.
Yes.
And then it's like I'll just use myself as an example because I'm not trying to air out anybody else, but like to have my own consulting business and to be successful in that. It was very hard to stop that at a time when it was making me great money. I was able to buy my first home on that. You know what I mean? To stop that and to switch careers to be a real estate agent, like that's because I'm passionate about it. It's not because I'm
Yes.
trying to get this. Like real estate agents are spending more money to start than anything. You know what I mean? I got to get business cards, flyers, whatever else. I got to talk to people. It's a lot of free time spent. But I'm doing it because I want to help other people be successful financially.
The why.
Right?
The why.
The why.
Back to the
I
why.
know there's a way for other people to be successful and there's more than one way to do it. So that's what I'm doing.
Yes, preach.
Right?
Hey.
So
What a good episode. I was scared.
So good.
I was
No.
scared of this
Right?
episode.
I learned some things.
But
Don't
this
you
was
feel
really
like-
good.
yeah, I feel like
You're
let's
about to-
go.
you better
Right?
fire
Like
it up.
Yeah.
the rocket
Yes.
ship.
You know why? Because we know that yes, you're right. The talk about finances is hard. It's hard.
It's very hard.
But
Yeah.
like anything that's hard, it's achievable to overcome that. And because, oh my God, sorry.
No,
yes.
we're good.
no,
We
no,
got
it's okay,
3
it's
minutes.
okay,
I
it's
think
okay.
are we done?
Yeah, we
one
have to
more?
sign out.
So
Oh, we
yeah.
gotta sign out. Oh my gosh. That was
Okay,
the
guys,
fourth
we're done.
one?
We
Yeah.
ran out of time.
Shit, okay.
I love the passion from y'all.
This was good. I know.
I
I love
love
the
that too.
energy. I feel a release because we got to talk about something taboo, but I also feel inspired and motivated.
Yay!
Yay, that's good. It was good. I feel
Oh,
really good.
yay. I love
So
that
don't
you
say
said
Tita
that, Jay.
Salita didn't do nothing for you. Right? I know, right?
Yes.
No, I'm playing. We love y'all. Okay.
Yeah, sign out. We have to
So
do the
we
sign
will
out.
see you next week, and we'll tell you what the topic is. Yes.
Ingat.
Mahals.
Oh my gosh.
Got a little